Ever wondered why you're so scared of something that hasn't happened, or why you're so lazy to do something that you know is good for you? It's a common, almost universal experience. Fear, that phantom menace, has a knack for conjuring up worst-case scenarios that seldom materialize. And laziness, that sly old fox, always seems to lure us away from tasks that might require a smidgen of effort, even when we know they're beneficial. Take a step back and it's clear. These emotions can be illogical and often counterproductive. A spider isn't going to swallow you whole, yet the fear persists. And skipping that workout won't exactly save your life, but the allure of the couch is irresistible. But here's the twist. We can understand, and more importantly, control these irrational behaviors. The secret weapon to tackle fear and laziness is tucked away in our minds, in a process called metacognition. The key to dismantling these barriers lies in our minds, in a process called metacognition. Metacognition, a term coined by psychologist John Flavel, is the process of thinking about thinking. It's our brain's backstage pass. Let's break it down. Imagine you're a detective, but instead of solving a crime, you're uncovering the mysteries of your own mind. That's metacognition. It's the ability to step back, observe, and analyze your own thought processes, but it doesn't stop there. Metacognition also involves self-regulation. That means not only understanding your thoughts, but also having the ability to control them. It's like being a puppeteer and the puppet at the same time. So how does this help us tackle fear and laziness, those pesky villains of our mind? Well, fear often stems from irrational thoughts that we believe without question. Metacognition allows us to challenge these thoughts, to question their validity, and to replace them with more rational ones. As for laziness, it's often a result of avoidance. We avoid tasks that seem daunting or overwhelming. But with metacognition, we can recognize these avoidance patterns. We can understand why a task seems overwhelming and break it down into manageable chunks. It's like turning a mountain into a series of small hills. Through this self-awareness and self-regulation, we can address the root causes of our fear and laziness and ultimately overcome them. Metacognition is like a mirror, reflecting our thoughts back to us. It allows us to recognize our mental roadblocks and navigate around them. So how do we use metacognition to overcome fear and laziness? It's a three-step process. Firstly, we need to identify our irrational fears and bouts of laziness. Is the fear of public speaking keeping you from sharing your brilliant ideas? Or is laziness preventing you from starting that passion project you've been dreaming about? It's important to recognize these thoughts for what they are: mental roadblocks, not insurmountable obstacles. Secondly, we challenge these thoughts using metacognition. This is where we become detectives of our own minds, questioning the validity of our fears and laziness. Ask yourself, is there any solid evidence to support my fear? Is my laziness justified, or am I using it as an excuse? Often you'll find that these fears and instances of laziness are based more on imagination than reality. Finally, we replace these unproductive thoughts with productive ones. Instead of seeing public speaking as terrifying, view it as an opportunity to inspire others. Rather than putting off your passion project, see it as a chance to express your creativity and make something you're proud of. However, remember that this process isn't a one-time quick fix. It requires practice, patience, and a willingness to confront your own thought patterns. It's like cleaning out a cluttered garage. It takes time, but the end result is worth it. Remember, the goal isn't to become fearless or never lazy. It's to understand when fear and laziness are holding us back unnecessarily, and to use our understanding of our own thoughts to push past those barriers. Lies equal truth. Like and subscribe. The journey begins.